things have changed radically over the last 5 to 7 years, correct?
Yep.
Things are different today than they were 5 years ago, and I'm guaranteeing to you, I mean a guarantee, not providing any money with that guarantee, but I'm guaranteeing, or iPods with that guarantee, iPads, but I'm guaranteeing that in the next, but 5 years from now, if we're to stand here today and do this, this device may be different. I probably will be projecting from something like this right in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Things are going to be different in 5 years from now. Things are changing. Part of our foundation is this. Things are changing to accommodate what two main things?
Connectivity.
Connectivity and communication. Okay, so let's focus on connectivity and communication. When we say things are changing to accommodate better communication, we're talking about what? Let's bring it down to the level of this school. Technology is changing to provide better connectivity and better communication. Connectivity to what?
Students, teachers, and information.
Okay, connectivity to information and to teachers and students and professionals outside of the school. I want you to think of it that way. How many of you teach science? Okay? We have devices like this, or even devices that you have now. You know, there are professionals in the science community that could talk about certain current events that are happening in science today. Why not bring them into your classroom? How can you do that? A lot of these scientists, a lot of people in the scientific field actually make themselves available to schools through video conferencing, through devices and through apps like Skype and through FaceTime. You know, that kind of connectivity. We're not talking about connecting and communicating necessarily within the classroom anymore. We're talking about connecting our classrooms to the rest of the classrooms in the world. A greater connectivity. That's a big piece of it that's going to happen. So we have to learn how to differentiate our instruction. I'm going to go through some basics of differentiated instruction. Can we get some of the lights up here maybe just a little bit? Would that bother anybody if I did that? I just feel like that's, you know, might not be. So let's look at the foundation of differentiated instruction. Why talk about differentiated instruction? Because if technology is a pillar that helps us, then we have to learn how to use and benefit from the technology to differentiate how we teach and the whole method of what we do. Okay, so simple definition of differentiated. How many of you have gone through formal differentiated instruction before? Okay, it can take you a long time to go through it. I'm just going to cover some of the real basics of it. By differentiated instruction, we mean the planning and delivery of classroom instructions, that considers the varied levels of readiness, learning needs, and interests of each student. Let's just stop there. We're talking about our foundation, connectivity and communication, and with connectivity and communication, everything we see, apps, software packages, devices that we use, all of those things are there, and their primary goal is to enhance connectivity and communication. So, by differentiated instruction, we mean planning and delivery of classroom instruction. Okay, is classroom instruction today different than it was 5 years ago because of technology?
Yes.
How? Give me an example. Classroom instruction, is it different?
The children will be more interactive with what you teach. If you explain something to them, then the technology, even the other projector, for example, allows them to get out of their seats more, to be more interactive, to highlight information that you've explained to them and that kind of stuff, those kinds of things.
Okay, so the presentation is more interactive.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we went from an overhead projector. Did we need those overhead projectors? Teacher, when they first came out, may have said, I don't need one of those. I use a blackboard and I can draw things fine and all that. Overhead projectors were very helpful for us in the presentation, right? Now we have these projectors. Are these important? Okay, sister, I'm going to take all this away from you here in the library. Is that going to be a problem? Why?
Children won't get the instruction the same way.
They can still get that from you because you're a great teacher, right? But this is doing, what is this doing?
Reinforcing.
For the delivery. The delivery of the instruction is changing. And with the delivery of this instruction, now I have a smart board here, and my smart board is connected to the computer, and my computer is connected to what?
The world.
To the internet. So I quickly this morning was able to give you a video for my instructional piece here today, and that video was somewhat engaging, wasn't it? It provided conversation. Here's why. Because our kids, not only our kids, but all of us now live in a multimedia world. So that multimedia world plays a role in how we learn. When our students are outside of this classroom and they're in their homes, they're living in a multimedia world. Whether we like that or not, that's the world they live in. So what is this doing? What is this? Why was this brought into schools? It's complementing what?
What we teach.
It's complementing the world that the kids live in outside of this classroom. That multimedia world, this is being complemented by, we're using this. So our connectivity to what's happening in the world. So by differentiated instruction, we mean that planning and delivery of classroom instruction, instructional technology, right, that considers various levels of readiness, learning needs, and interests of each student. Teachers can do this most effectively by using a range of technology tools to engage learners at varying levels of readiness in multiple ways by offering students options for demonstrating their understanding and mastery of the material. Are you currently differentiating your instruction? Tell me how. You're not? That's fine.